Idemitsu LCR Honda, TAKA NAKAGAMI, welcome to Off Track. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So good to see you here at Silverstone.
Yeah.
Not with the rain that we've got now.
No, yeah, maybe yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing special that, here it's always, tricky conditions. And I remember last year as well, 2023, here in Silverstone was some session was a lot of rain. And I remember the sprint race was wet conditions and the Sunday race was a little bit mixed. End of the race, some drop of rain. But yeah, here it's always tricky and be prepared for the weekend.
See, tell me about the season so far, Taka. It's the Honda at the moment isn't easy, but how has it been for you personally?
Well, honestly speaking, it has been really tough season so far. Of course, disappointing about the performance. And on the other hand, we are always try to give our maximum performance on track, even off track, A lot of HRC engineers and more people compare last season. So it means every single person is get the best and try to improve and try to get a good result. But at the moment, we are not clearly, also on the result and also feeding on the bike. Not massive improvement. And we are struggling some racetrack a little bit slower than, last season. And of course, some racetrack we are faster than last season. So, but if we look at all the results, another manufacturer is, all the track they are improving. Like some racetrack is 1 second, consistency like 0.5, 0.6, kind of 6/10 faster. So the gap is a little bit bigger than last year. So that's why we are fighting and we are not happy enough about the speed and then about the result.
One thing that I like to compare from a results point of view is if you're not at the front, is the gap to yourself and the front. And I guess one of the things you would have liked to have seen this year is the gap to the front come down. But I can't imagine the frustration when it doesn't.
Yeah, the frustrating is quite bigger than last year, of course, because, tough season last year. And then we knew that, for 24 season, we got the concession. So means like, it's more chance to have an improvement, but we have a more test day and we have, some more able to update. But unfortunately, after, first test in Sepang was good. Yeah, we are all 4 riders in, close to top 10. And also I was really happy feeding on the bike. But then we understood that, after race by race, we are really struggling and it's never reached inside the top 10. Always like even out of the point, like, some racetrack is P20, which is like, since long time I didn't see, my position P20. And it was big shock, after the session when I saw my position and all Honda is like, 4-pack in, on the bottom. I've never seen all my career, Honda fighting, or like bottom of the result.
Fighting for last place.
Yeah. But actually, riders and the engineer give our best. But unfortunately, it's not matching that, the result. So it's always every session, every race weekend, frustrating is bigger and bigger because I believe that my potential is not there. Not here. I'm always, able to inside top 10 and some good weekend, fighting for the podium, top 5, top 6. It's consistent. I was able to do it. But unfortunately, last season and also this season so far, we are, many of result was, out of the 15, outside of the top 15 means like we couldn't get any points, after the weekend. So it's such a difficult, like kind of not, I couldn't acceptable of this, but unfortunately, we are like this, and then very difficult. But it's, we are pushing, and we believe that Honda can improve and can change this difficult situation. But everyone knew that it's not like only 1 weekend we cannot change. Like it takes more time and the progress, and we need to step by step, to understand and to improvement. So I don't know how long it takes, but we believe in Honda performance and can get back to the normal position.
It's biggest manufacturer in the world, so Honda should be back at the top.
Yes, this is kind of mandatory that all the Japanese manufacturer, Honda as well, Yamaha as well, needs to be fighting, not on the bottom position. Fighting has to be top position.
You've ridden the bike for, what's this, season number 5?
6.
Number 6.
Yeah.
How has the development of the bike gone? Because maybe in some circles, as you look and the bike come down from HRC, from the factory team, Mark, with his riding style, maybe covers some inadequacies for the bike. Every rider has a different style.
Yeah.
So the bike that comes down that Mark can do his lap times on, you get on and go, what is this? You know how to ride a MotoGP bike. So then you get that opportunity, you get on and you go, what next?
Yeah, as I said that, from 2020 and 2022 and 2023, it started a little bit, we lose the way, and then clearly the result is going down and down. And because, until 21, somehow also Mark and then some rider, also myself, we are able to, inside fighting for the victory and then some podium. Also, I was able to, many races inside top 10 quite easily.
Yes.
But from 2022 and 23, it's clearly, it's really difficult to stay inside top 10. And then 23, clearly like, another step down and a couple of races top 10. But most of the races like fighting for the top 15, like a couple of points. And so, yeah, even Mark was, struggling and so many crashes because he tried to over the limit, which is necessary that, because if you like try to 90%, 99% of the pushing and then the result doesn't come, so always the rider looking for 1 or 2% more. And then but it's so tight that, easy to over the limit because the limitation of the bike performance. Clearly, I had this feeling. And then, that's why, end of the 20 season, Mark decided to leave Honda. But at the end, we're facing that, quite similar situation that, even 24 season, this season, we are, lack of the bike performance. Clearly, the gap is quite bigger.
Yeah.
And, but I knew that, from my experience that, if I over the limit, it's easy to crash and easy to get injury. So then if you got the injury, it's quite impossible to keep developing. Yeah. It's always, you got the injury, it means like a step back because you need to be ready for the, health and then be ready for the race, physically. So now for me, honestly, try to always pushing, but I try to not over the limit, Sometimes, of course, and some moment, I need to pushing, looking for like extra few tenths, but it's not like, 1 second or 5 tenths. It's quite impossible to that big gap. So this is my, because this is my 6th season in MotoGP. It means like, I have so many experience with a Honda bike. And then from 2020 season was, my best career in the MotoGP. And I got pole position and then so many races fighting for the podium. And so I know that, how to adjust and how to, okay, this is not the right moment. Maybe this moment I have to push. So I need to calculate it myself, I need to understand the bike performance.
Is that what keeps you motivated for MotoGP? Because with the difficulties that they have, you're still smiling. You're still a MotoGP rider with Idemitsu LCR Honda, and it is still the pinnacle of motorcycle racing. Is that enough to keep you motivated until Honda then bring the motorcycle that will take you back into the top 10, top 5, fight for the podium?
Yeah, at the end, okay, it's now, honestly speaking, we're facing that most difficult situation at the moment. Honestly speaking, I'm really difficult, very beginning of the season, because, it's, as I said, that, every race weekend, every session, we are, look my position, always almost bottom. So difficult.
To read the timesheet from the bottom, not from the top.
No. So it's really, really difficult. But as you said that, I believe Honda, and in the past, one of the best manufacturer, and HRC is one of the iconic and huge company. So means like they have a lot of people background and a lot of intelligent people and a lot of, smart people. So, but now it's in the new generation, new aero and new device and engine. It's not only engine and chassis. Now it's like aero means like kind of, a part of setting. Yeah. So, and so this area, Honda tried to improve, and there's more people coming inside and from the 4 wheels. So it's like a more getting information from the outside, not only 2 wheels, not only MotoGP project. So, but it takes time. But I believe that in the near future, Honda can, step by step. Now it's okay. Let me say like a P20 and then a P15, P10, P5, and to the top. So we need to step by step, and not from the bottom to the top. This is something like very risky, and the reality is not quite impossible. No. So step by step.
Small step.
Yeah, small step means like every single detail is very important step for me, for the team, for the manufacturer. So from this, Silverstone, we start the second part of the season. So step by step, we try to understand the bike performance and look the position, from P15, and maybe some session, if we able to finish the session top 10, which is very, very important a step. So just looking for this kind of, small steps.
Achievable goals. Eventually. Eventually.
You mean 24 season or?
Generally. To get achievable goals, if I'm a big believer that at a certain point, as we sit here now, that on its day, if your bike is, for example, 16th place, and you get 16th place, that's a small win. Into the points is a bonus.
Yeah.
But the small wins need to keep moving forward. So you go for the points, then you go top 12, then top 10, and that's how it moves forward. Has there been, and this is an open question, Has there been the opportunity to move, or are you dedicated to the Honda? Because I guess it would be easy at some point to go, forget this, I'm going there. But your dedication of 6 seasons with LCR is impressive in this paddock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this, LCR team. I joined this team from 2018. And then every year by year, I felt like, more competitive. And then I felt like, okay, the first season MotoGP was very difficult to adapt, from Moto2 and MotoGP. And then step by step, end of the first year, I started to little bit understanding my position and also how I can improve for the next season. And then 2019, the second season for my career in MotoGP was, clearly I made a big step. And then so many races, I was able to finish top 10. Then 2020, I did another big step and then, got the pole position and so many races fighting, the podium. So yeah, that 3 years, like, I made is like a clearly good step. But then 21, 22 start to a little bit drop the performance. But I believe that, that year I was believing that, okay, 22 and then 23 season, maybe I need to another, improvement myself. But unfortunately, the back performance going down and down. So it was really, really difficult. Only, my experience like going rise and going higher and higher, but I cannot show that, real potential. And this was very like stress, and then it's so difficult to accept, this situation, because I believe that, my speed is not this position. I believe that I can much better speed, much better performance. Yeah, but so hopefully I can, continue for the next season to be fair that, HRC needs to be like more competitive. They need to provide the competitive bike. And then it's all 4 riders, to rise up the performance, not fighting for the bottom. We need to at least top 10 position is the target for, beginning 24 season.
Has it been a help having Johan come in this season to give you another pair of eyes on the bike and take a little bit of pressure off of you so that you can share the information? Has that been a good move this year?
Yes. I think HRC and also team and also myself, I'm really happy, to have most experienced rider in the MotoGP, and he got so many podiums in the MotoGP, and he won the race in last season in Australia. And so it means like he have a potential, he have a talent. And many years he rode the Ducati bike, and then he moved to Honda bike. And I was so, curious that, when jump on the bike first time in Valencia test, I was, waiting what his comment he said, after first impression. And then, it was, he explained me that, how much different between Ducati and Honda. And some area, quite similar or even a little bit better performance Honda. But it's many area that, Ducati have more potential, like more grip, more engine power, more easy ride the bike. And then, so it was interesting that, also Luca Marini came from Ducati. So 2 riders and come in, different manufacturer, and they, explain all HRC engineer, what is the different, what HRC need to improve. So yeah, he always trying to help and try to improve the bike performance.
I had a question in my mind then. Where's that question gone? This happens from time to time. As you're talking away, I have the question, the question in mind. There we are. I remember what it was. With the experience that you have now with the Honda, are you having more of a say with the HRC engineers in how to develop the bike as well as the factory team, but yourself as well?
Of course, after difficult situation, HRC, like from 2022, even like, 2020, one of my best career in MotoGP. And then that year, very big first race in Jerez, Mark had got an injury, and he was quite many months out of the race. So I was like one of the key point of the developing. And then that year I was able to got the first one, got a new parts, to start, to improve the developing. And then I was quite sensitive, feeling that, how the bike is changed. And then it's more, I can comment to the engineer that, this area like this, and then this area have to be this, and I can feel the difference. Quite it's not big view. Like it's very small things, but I can explain this feeling, and
it is sensitive.
Yeah,
it's a sensitive feeling.
Yeah, so that's why the engine feeling, the bike balance, I try to explain, and then after this, they are listening more comments, my comment, and helping for the developing, and it was good, really nice to feel this. And then even now, I think it's 4 riders got listening the comment. Engineer try to help developing. It's much faster than in the past because more people, and then it's, after 20 season, they realize that, okay, we need to more react and more need to, little bit more speed up for the, developing. And
Absolutely.
There's a lot of parts, a lot of ideas, a lot of people, a lot of tests. So everything is so many, ideas and many items, we have tested.
It's the Honda way that I'm led to believe is that you change one part at a time, you test it, you implement it. And then the next thing. Because if you change too many pieces, you don't know what's fixed it. But the turnaround time has to be quicker.
Yeah, this is something like very difficult to decide. Also, as a rider, it's quite difficult that is every time or every race weekend, like, new parts means like a quite different feeling.
Yeah.
And now the format of the race weekend is so tight. We have a sprint race on Saturday. So means like not so many like free practice session. Only like 45 minutes of the FP1. But FP1 means like after takes a long time, and then in the new kind of, after 1 year came to the racetrack and the condition was not in get ready. But these 45 minutes, we have to use it and, to understand the base feeling, base setup. But then is next session is kind of a time attack.
Oh, yeah.
Be ready for the, inside top 10. So it's really, really tight, and we don't have not so much free time.
No.
So it's like sometimes, okay, maybe this weekend we need to focus simple as possible to be more focused, base setup. Or maybe, after FP1, okay, start feeling was good. The base setup already quite okay. And maybe this time we need to try a couple of things, you know, to improve. So it's very difficult. And so as you said that, you know, sometimes we need to judge very quick.
Sure.
But it's not enough time.
No.
Sometimes it's easy to mistake as from the rider feeling, or maybe easy to mistake from team, or maybe HSC.
Sure.
Because HSC wants to delivery so many new parts as much as possible. But
not possible. With the schedule now, you have FP1 to get your base set up. FP2 is time attack because that's Saturday.
Yes.
You don't have the time anymore.
No, also as you see,
so tight. And the weather now.
If weather changing, morning session was dry, and then if wet conditions, and then it means we don't have no time to judge. So pretty difficult and a pretty tough decision that, as a rider, but it's on the other hand, we want to improve. So a feeling I want to test new things.
Sure.
Of course.
Oh, you have to push forward all the time.
Yeah. But sometimes we have to think about we had the, conversation, discuss with the team, which idea we have to follow. My feeling I want to test, but maybe it's too risky. So we need to be more, fair that, to be more concentrate, base setup. So
sometimes you get overruled.
Yeah, yes, of course, some, not always, but because always we want to improve. But so sometimes it's wrong wrong decision. But this is something a part of the racing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is. It's part of life of racing.
Yes.
And also here, such a big out lap and a big in lap that you have to factor in as well. 2 minutes on the way out, 2 minutes on the way in. It's all part of the session time, isn't it?
Yes. So this morning we had the, strategy for the FP1. And we have 45 minutes FP1. We have planned 3 outings, but only 5 laps, 4 laps, and 4 laps. This is almost nothing.
No.
Because in the last Sachsenring was a very small track. It's you can do quite many laps, even 45 minutes. You can split 3 outings or even 4 outings. But even 4 outings, you can do 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. It is okay. But here wow, it's
13 laps.
Yeah, it's quite tight. And it was, as you said, it took 2 minutes a lap. And then if you had a slow lap and easy lose 10 seconds or 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And then in lap, out lap, and we lose another couple of seconds. So it's going to be tight. But we also myself, I need to be, as soon as I on track, try to be concentrated, because here also the windy and some cool conditions, really tricky feeling the left-hand corners, Also in the past, I had the stupid mistake that, I didn't take care so much about the tire temperature, and then here, turn 1 and then turn 2, a very fast left-hander corners. Just I don't think about the nothing, and just flipping the bike, and then it's just lose the front. Because I was lap before was 8 or 9 seconds lower. Yes. I was watching behind and try to follow someone. And then at that moment, the tire temperature is drop so quick. And so it means I have to be precise, and I need to pay attention think about for the tire temperature. So when on track, I need to be yeah, not so many laps. So I need to be very concentrated on the track.
Full focus all weekend.
Full focus, yes.
Taka, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for your time. It's been a busy, long day. We wish you all the very best for the weekend and the season. And let's see you back in the points and in the top 10 team. Ladies and gentlemen, Taka Nakagami.
Thank you. Thank you very much.